This is your official warning. This game is unsuitable for young children or those who are easily upset by disturbing images, talks of suicide, depression, or other mental issues. We understand and empathize with those going through rough times. Wish for our audience to know that we are not making light or parody of these issues. This is a blind playthrough for 2 players. The third player doesn't want to give away the surprise. Please take all of this into consideration when watching the video. Please enjoy.
We've already
what? I just started now. It's fine.
The girls have desks arranged to form a table.
Hi guys, we're back. We're back.
I'm reading you what it says on the screen.
Yes, I didn't even do an intro.
I'm the narrator.
Okay, fine. We rearranged some of the voices. We're back for Doki Doki. I'll play the voices of the cat. Have fun clicking. the table. There's a table.
Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. It's feeling slightly awkward. I take a seat next to Monica.
Ah.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature.
Has no pictures.
You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile.
Yeah, man, if I gotta play the protagonist voice.
But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess. Baka.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 2. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting it down the teapot in the middle.
You were just trying for the quietest voice, huh?
I am?
And apparently, you keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Sorry, I thought I was... No, this is just me being quiet. Look at the look at the thing when I have to project.
Right?
I'm yelling now.
Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you?
Enjoy a good book.
Enjoy a good book.
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Man, they're already started.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I mean that, you know...
I believe you. It's okay. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I mean, you could drink it.
I'm glad.
Come on, guys, you read these lines before. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Kat, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well,
Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
Manga?
I mutter quietly to myself, half-jokingly.
No.
Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, are you? I guess.
Man, no one considered that. Well, that can change.
What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
It's so sad. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri chases the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Because fuck people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
God, I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so?
Huh, the first time she said
Really?
it, didn't it?
Really, if a story makes me think, or makes me, takes me to another world, then I can really put it down. Can't put it down. Ugh. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, it's not like I'm scared.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What?
Babaka?
What gives you that idea?
Babaka.
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud!
Babaka.
Give that back!
Babaka.
Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes, why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't we share them sometime? No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet, huh? Okay.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri then, huh? Sit here.
We all sit in silence for the moment.
Hey, I just got an idea.
Skirt flip.
How about this?
Fuck you.
Huh?
Porque?
Nani?
Natsuki and
Nani
Yuri
is just what?
look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other.
We're so tongue-tied, this guy.
That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kat?
Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Why are y'all so hot?
That too. But I never said I would join this club. Monica might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any final decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and
I lose my train of thought.
I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes, except for Pink. She's angry.
but I'm sorry. I thought.
Zip Baka.
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kat. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation.
She's been popping into all the
And
rooms
besides, the
looking
club
for-
itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls...
Right. Okay, now I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Doki Doki.
One by one, the girl's eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kat?
Yeah, no, I don't mean it. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean,
Bavaka.
if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed.
Kat, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Kat, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Flirt.
Yeah.
Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? My handwriting's horrible. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me.
So much.
Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set.
I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. I live on the street, apparently. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica.
Of course.
Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club?
Will you be happy?
Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls.
Ooh.
Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess I start writing a poem tonight.
So who do we want to focus on? We did Yuri last time. Do we want to pick it? Oh, we've unlocked a special poem.
Would you like to read it?
I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me into the emergency room. Fun.
Scroll down. Try to scroll down.
Can we scroll? No,
Click
nothing. Okay. Click, click.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can just click anywhere on that one.
Oh,
There's only 2 girls now.
Oh.
Do we want to save? Save early, save often?
Save real quick.
Okay, so who are we going to go for? Yuri again or Natsuki?
Keyboard is interfering.
Oh,
Sorry.
Nah, all good.
Let's see here.
I recommend Sweet.
So it seems like he's going for.
Are you sure?
Well, I would think Yuri is still of the darker tone.
Isn't it one of the ones that you never know?
Let's go giggle.
We knew who that was going to be.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, if it's Yuri, it might be like
Valentine.
Yeah.
You can literally go half and half if you want.
Yeah.
Just to be confusing. Jump!
Just to give mixed messages to everybody.
Uncontrollable.
Socks.
Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Let's
see. Doki Doki probably be
Philosophy.
Philosophy. Whirlwind.
Sensation.
Lollipop.
Rainbow.
Pleasure.
Oh. Pink.
Lust.
Nibble. Oh, spinning.
Starscape.
Spinning.
Unrequited. Spinning.
Woo!
That was actually used to be Siori, so I wonder who would have gotten it this time.
Boop.
Boop. Adventure.
Anime.
It's
your favorite.
Bed.
Bed. Okay. Let's see.
What?
Jesus.
Disarray.
Giddy.
Puppy.
Fickle.
Skirt.
Fester. Heaven sent.
Sticky.
Apparently she likes her cupcakes a certain way.
Chocolate?
Kiss.
Oh, you're going for Natsuki, huh?
Well,
Oh, yep.
Holiday.
Unless you want anxiety.
Dance.
Oh, anxiety. That was your
Sayori's?
Sayori's before. See who gets anxiety.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Okay.
After image.
Tenacious.
Okay.
Bliss.
Shiny.
Ooh, shiny. Shiny.
So shiny.
But bliss.
But bliss.
It's middly bliss. It's blissy. Oh no. Bliss.
They're both hers.
Yeah. Clumsy.
Vibrant cheeks.
Clumsy.
Cheer. And
Childhood? That was another Sayori one.
Yeah? Okay.
Headphones?
Vibrant.
Climax.
She still likes Climax, okay.
Hi again, Cat. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
I had to write Climax in my paper 50 times.
No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word.
Well,
I got nothing else to do.
I'm back at the literature club.
Mm-hmm.
I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Cat.
She was so happy, she glitched. Oh shit! Now do you see what's in the back?
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit! Holy cow.
If you look on the back, guys, that back
right
poster.
Here. That's Sayori's room.
There's a picture with a cow.
Wait,
She's just levitating. Don't worry about it, guys.
yeah. Okay.
Magic tricks. Magic tricks.
That's yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on.
She enters the best way.
Oh, come on. Like, you deserve any slack. Let me glitch through the more of the ceiling.
She literally used the world.
You already had to be dragged here by Monica. We know it. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Yeah.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room, says Monica.
Okay.
Mama.
Natsuki finds herself
Stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat.
I'm sorry, Cat.
I'm sorry we're glitching
We'll
through the
make
box.
sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance.
Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that.
Wait, shit, I think the room's... I'm getting dizzy. Room's tilting.
What?
It's tilting! That's hurting my head!
I didn't notice that until you said
Oh,
it.
shit.
Well, I looked beyond her for a second.
If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything,
Stop
I guess.
tilting! Oh my god, it's hurting my head.
She's coming back. So
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be part of this club. I'm just going to focus on the box. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you want me to.
Are you sure?
For sure, please put the room back.
And I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
You alright?
It's
just
a weird
picture.
I know, it's a weird picture shift. It's just...
It's just a picture.
Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read,
just
so it
feels like
should
a kid
keep
movie,
your
that's what's
attention,
up.
even if
It
you don't
is.
usually read.
It is.
Yeah. Throwing
And
my
we could,
senses off.
you know, discuss it if you want to.
Alone in the room.
This is...
This is dizzying.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked a book that she thinks
How
I'll
much-
like, despite me not reading much. I'm really excited to see what this description of this book is.
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew!
Whew.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Okay.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some
was even
scheduled
zooming
activities
in.
for the club.
Really weird.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet.
So who do you go to?
Yeah.
Talk
Depending on
more.
who you do your
Go with
thing
more.
more. I was wondering what was going to happen if you went 50-50. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Crap.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She's sneaking another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book.
Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh! Oh!
Oh! It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
Is her eye glitching out over
It's slowly
her
sliding
hair?
off her face. Because I caught it as at first I was like, is her eye weird? I kind of want to just see where it goes.
That's the book you gave me, right? It's really going. Want to reread some of it with my eye over here.
Not for any particular reason. Darn.
Babaka.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. Of course.
There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go.
Like, what happened to your eye? I'll definitely start reading it soon.
Well, I want to see if that happens when her eyes are closed, which the eyelashes flying away.
I'm glad to hear. But once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
Yeah, who changed the poster in the back of the room? I like the other one better.
It's a very engaging and
I
relatable
think
story.
when the room shifted back, snapped. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book.
Thank you. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the front cover.
basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people to cut off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler.
You're a little too into this one.
But anyway, I'm really into it.
Yeah.
The book, I mean. Not the whole thing about the limbs.
That's kind of
dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it's gonna be a nice story. So the dark turn came out of nowhere.
Nowhere!
So that's the same line as the first time when she describes that you're a girl being beat up or something like that. I forgot.
Right, like that you're...
Something much, much less dark.
Right.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kat?
No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, I guess, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Because I already bought it. Yeah, I totally forgot you're as into those things.
I have to move this button, too.
Sorry.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely dark.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective.
Strange indeed.
When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil.
But because the world's full of terrible people and we're all worthless anyways.
Wow.
You gotta read this fast. Sometimes it'll disappear.
Yeah, like, that's why.
Then suddenly...
and then suddenly I'm rambling, aren't I?
See?
Not again! I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. We're not all worthless, I swear. I haven't lost interest or anything. We're good.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets...
Incredibly pleasurable.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something
We're not
strange.
clicking anything, guys. We swear. It's just
No,
going really
no,
fast.
It doesn't want you to read that. It didn't want me to be able to tell you what it said. Go into history, see if it's still there.
I was going to say, does it show up in history?
Nope.
I'm sorry, I was
Nope.
apologizing. Yeah,
The
no, wait,
only
no,
one is
suddenly.
The only one is
Okay,
suddenly.
well, what about settings? Can we slow down that text anymore?
Settings?
Text speed.
It's pretty slow already.
No. I don't know.
No, oh wow, does it actually like curve down when you do that?
It is curved.
Nope, it just is an optical illusion.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you turn it all the way down?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, just to see if it helps.
You can always click just to fill the whole box.
Huh?
So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Reading, right. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's what we do here.
Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? I mean, good.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? Why'd you glitch? Let me just get the book. Get back out here.
I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag.
Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? It's not too close,
I
Ralph?
slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
Admittedly, it's a nice thing to read in company with people. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue.
Prologue.
I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's hard. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read.
Should I speed it up a little?
You can just click after you click once and it'll fill the whole box in. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Don't do that. Wait till it starts loading the text for you. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book.
She's looking at me.
I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
I was reading the feeling of your body heat, emitting...
You're
eating.
You're breathing in the body heat.
Wow. That's
Yuri, I think we might want to settle a little bit here on Polaris.
I feel like you picked the best girl. There are two kinds of dairy.
Okay, yeah.
And we know where the tsundere girls sit.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
Actually,
I do.
Like 50 kinds of dairy.
I don't really mean to. Sorry.
She's not Canadian. Here, this should work, right? Slide my desk up until it's
against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of us. I put it between us instead of that.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
She can feel that body heat.
I feel that my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open.
I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes my left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger.
Her left arm. Don't worry.
Oh, that's it. No, she's holding my left arm.
She's grabbing my arm.
I do well, she likes to attach them to other bodies. I do the same with my right arm.
Hang on.
Not exactly as slow as his fuck.
Right there?
Yeah, it should help him.
I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, when I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after I flip her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before.
Huddle.
She can feel my body heat.
She's breathing it in.
It's actually kind of distracting me. I have a boner. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Boobs.
I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
Look at that little smile.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished the page before me, so I turn it up on my own volition.
She is a fast reader,
We
guys.
continue to read the first chapter in silence.
Dead silence.
Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange.
A body
My
heat.
thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. That's not me.
This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You know, with the chopping of the limbs off and...
The smile is that, Yuri. Come on.
No, I don't relate to this character at all.
The psychopathic killer, right?
Definitely
Oh, okay.
not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that, you know, being Canadian. Hey man, I get teased for it all the time.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
start doing it to other people.
Welcome to Canada, eh?
Right. Sorry.
That's what you were talking about?
Oh,
Sorry.
see?
I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else? Like the extra arm she has?
Never mind.
What?
We didn't even get that far yet.
Oh, about the limb protection. Okay.
So I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading.
It's that body heat, man. It's body heat. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little,
Am I breathing?
Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
It is going Doki Doki.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine.
I don't know,
just need
that
some
one
water.
eye does not look fine. Alright, don't push yourself.
Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom.
What on earth was that about?
Cat? Did something happen just now?
Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
No, I don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. I'm just blind over here. Are you worried about it?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
You know, being the boy in this situation. No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Yeah? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her.
Man, the water's so far away.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up.
My boner makes it harder.
I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip back into my bag.
Who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki!
Told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably unfair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt.
I like
Well,
that Jody gets to
excuse
talk to
me. It's not like I said it was bad, Baka. Didn't invoke any emotions.
herself. Babaka.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked?
Babaka.
Wow!
You want to get punched? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles
the
can
same.
fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owl can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Outside the box, yeah. I told you were gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because you're an idiot. Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
Babaka.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but hits you hard, right in the face.
Like my fists.
Like the poem and my fists. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is to put more weight on wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then make fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, you know? Like a punch to the face. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's right, Babaka.
Exactly, that's right. What it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not.
I decided to humor her with the last comment.
Sure.
I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her.
At least he doesn't do that.
That's nice. Quick, do
Should I
Yuri.
show my poem next? Hi, Monica.
Hi, Kat. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Okay. Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Of course I'm not going to do that.
Much better off going with the flow until it's settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Kat. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Do something to drink.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yes, that's true. I hand Monica the poem.
Great job, Kat. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical.
It's like you just clicked 20 words.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
And half cutesy, but so deep.
I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. You know, I like to cheat.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
Did you know that?
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her.
Fantasies,
But that's
man.
why
Fantasies.
she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly.
She's just so cold, man.
Well,
that
earlier.
that was a...
I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Like ditching out of the class?
Suddenly the door opens.
Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize.
No, it's her turn now. The two-way
We still
conversation.
have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me, confused. Fine glass around staring. Burned eyes can see no... Is this the same exactly?
No, it's not. Go back up.
Okay.
Hole in the wall. It looks like it starts where the first one ended. Because she was looking
yeah,
and she
that's right.
found someone looking in through the hole.
I wasn't looking out, he was looking
But he
in.
wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears. I brandish my pen.
Well, hang on, though. If it's a continuation of the one from before, that was before the whole reset after Sayuri disappeared. So...
It just looks like it continues from that poem.
It does. It would make the most sense because she was looking out and he was looking in.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you think, Sam?
It's different. It's called the same thing, but it's
She's
different.
brandishing her pen. She's going to stab motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
Off the side.
Yeah.
She's brandishing the pen.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform.
That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one? Was it just a continuation? Tell us!
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
I mean, you already came on pretty strong, so...
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening.
Now we should just give it to Yuri.
No, just skip.
Neat.
Nipsies. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face.
Oh, he's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right.
You just said a word. It's fine.
What am I getting so nervous for?
I don't know, eh?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. What?
Yuri stares at me. I want to leave it blank for a second. It's a writing thing for Yuri's sake. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that.
Of course I can know
I just meant,
It's so easy to tell.
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together.
I mean, if you think a poem has to be one way, it probably makes sense. Like, no, it has to be like this.
The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
This poem is almost 50% cute.
Right? It's kind of interesting. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Not like it already did. Her stammering is gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
I
mean, it's not like she already hated my poem.
Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to himself, to me, or to Natsuki, who's not even here. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? That's the same poem.
Light flickers, I flicker back.
Yep, that's the same poem, it ends the same way.
Yep.
It's such a good poem, Yuri.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a decent poem.
I am...
whoever wrote these poems did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Like, it's pretty good.
Especially the one about sine, cosine, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
We literally clicked off after a second. Well, I just don't read script very often. I mean, I actually think your handwriting is pretty...
Whenever I look at it, I get script error.
Yep.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's a little short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all, not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
That's a pretty good poem for mild.
Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri, or...?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Kat.
Really? I must have totally missed the point, then.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Wait, did it take us a long time to read it, or did we only just glance over it?
I know, right? But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's kind of like I'm a dimwit and should be in a literature club.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Would ours even be about, like, a half-cutesy deep thing? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's about Cthulhu.
About climax.
No, it's about Cthulhu.
Oh,
He's so cute. Have you ever seen Chibi Cthulhu?
Not really.
Just waking up an old one with the boys. Cracking open an old, cold one with the boys.
Nah.
That wasn't me.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course. I mean, sure, whatever you say.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it.
That's good.
I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kat.
Aw, just for me, thanks. Me too. Sure. Whew.
Guess that's everyone.
Thank God.
I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from the mediocre writing abilities. Even if I were just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. People can try, says Natsuki. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. It's porn. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyes brow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
That was you. That's you
Yeah,
twice now.
I know. Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Ah, she said the dreaded word. Cute! Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Kat did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Kat liked my poem, too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Music. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Kat appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh! Shots fired!
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Kat started showing up.
Wow. I'm glad they put that one in there again.
It was a good one.
Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurity... Oh, sorry.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that.
Was it?
You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch.
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Well, go on. Let Kat hear everything you really think. I'm sure you'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Kat? She just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. Buh. How did I get dragged into this?
Oh shit!
Who do you side with?
There's no Yuri.
What?
I don't think I liked your answer.
You're going Natsuki now?
I don't think I like that one either.
This isn't good. Oh shit!
Hi, Monica.
Hi. How can we help Monica?
Hey, Kat. Why don't we step outside for a little bit?
I like that the box stops for her body.
This time it stops around her, yeah. Good.
Much better. She's behind the box now.
Sorry about that. I really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. So, president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. And I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine.
Oh,
I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Oh my gosh!
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom.
Oh, she's crying.
She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
Yes, they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead.
Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you.
I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki.
Or did.
Cat? Please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow.
Sure.
Completely.
What you mean?
Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want.
This is a fun day.
You're...
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. Oh, Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that.
It's totally not that.
It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Kat. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate you understanding me at the Next poem?
New one to say.
Doki Doki.
So, what words do we go with this time?
Did you want to save?
Oh, yes. That might be a good idea.
Well, that was an interesting day. It's about an hour. Do we want to stop here?
Yes, that might be a good idea.
So let's go ahead and stop before we get the poems so we can finally decide.
That's a key word.
Yeah.
Parfait.
Okay. Who would want to go for it if we want to keep going? Thanks, guys, for watching. It's apparently going to be a fun time in the literature club.
Yeah, with actual cursing.
Yeah, they all have a potty mouth now.
Yeah.
Monica hasn't said anything bad yet. She's the purest snowflake ever.
Yeah,
You're actually set up.
So did Natsuki, bitch.
I was like, Natsuki only knows one. I'm pretty sure. And it's just, bitch.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.